Hey, what's up? So I wanted to record a video real quick that talked a little bit about my experience just now out of Panda Express. And no, it's not about my orange chicken I got or whether I got chow mein or fried rice, but it was the conversation that I had. And so really to just kind of give you an idea of what conversations are like out in public or how easy it can be. And this is something that I practice all the time. Anyways, so I walked in and I see this man in front of me that he's really tall, right? And he seems really tall. And so I'm 5'9". But anyways, I'm standing behind him and I'm standing there. I was like, man, how tall is this guy? I wonder how tall he is. And in that moment, I thought to myself, man, I should reach out to this guy, tap him on the shoulder or whatever it might be and ask him how tall he is. But immediately in that moment, as soon as that happened, I thought to myself, no, don't do that. That's weird. Like, he's standing here in line. He doesn't want to talk about this. And then any number of different things go through my mind during that moment, right? Which happens all the time. But right, knowing that this is something that I'm constantly working on and I'm noticing those voices and deciding to do it anyways, because I could have just as easily had listened to them and just stood there and not have said anything. But I chose not to. Right? I said, no, this is somewhere that I'm going to continue to practice. And anyways, so sure enough, I reach over, I tap the guy on the shoulder. I said, hey man, I'm sorry to bother you, but I was just standing behind you and I was really curious how tall you were. And he said, oh, I'm 6'6". I used to be 6'7", but now I'm 66, or I'm 6'6". Right? And so what was really interesting about this was that in the matter of just a few minutes, probably, seriously, like 5 minutes, maybe 10 minutes that we were standing in line, I learned that his name was Brad, that he lived like 5 hours away from me, that he was in town on business, that he works in the steel industry, that he's 62 years old, he has 2 kids that live in town here, that, what else? That there was just, my point is that it doesn't take a lot of time, and it doesn't take a lot of effort, and it doesn't take a ton of creativity. It was really just me sitting there having a thought, and I told him, I said, hey man, I couldn't help but I'm 5'9", he's 6'6", and I was like, you're just a big man. I'm standing behind you and I felt like a dwarf. And I just wanted to share that with him, and I was kind of curious. But what I want to finish with is that as we stepped up there to kind of order, he said to me, he turned around and he shook my hand again. He said, hey, what was your name again? I said, my name's Corey. He said, it's good to meet you. He said, Corey, thank you for this conversation. All right? And it just goes to show how much people are looking for the connection, how much they're looking for the conversation, and how much they appreciate it, how willing they are to do that. So I'm going to continue to do it for myself, and I encourage you to do it as well. And thanks for sharing this.